Yeah, just a lot of preparation. This whole week is just practicing for the regional, and we're just really excited to get there. Just our vibes at practice are super fun and really competitive, so we're excited.
Now, in terms of what y'all do for the postseason, is it work on yourselves, or is it kind of try and figure out what you need to do against someone that maybe you don't have that much time to prepare for in a way?
A little bit of both. A little bit of trying to get what we need, and then also looking ahead at our opponents and the scouting report there, and yeah.
I know this isn't the first time y'all got to the postseason. How big was last year? Just, I know it's not necessarily the tournament, but just in terms of the postseason preparation, knowing that it's one game and you're done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's what we play for. You know, this is everything we've worked for, and to get to this situation is it's really rewarding.
So I guess what do you know about Louisiana Tech now?
We just know that they're a really good team, and we've kind of looked at their pitchers a little bit and just got a game plan for me at least, my approach in the box, and that's about it.
So kind of what the excitement level was for you in the team when you found out. How long did you give yourself? How long did you kind of give yourself to celebrate before now you kind of focus on your opponent?
I know I gave myself the whole rest of the night, and then had to bring it back in. We're all finishing up finals right now, so I had to bring it back to reality right then too. But yeah, that excitement carried on for a while, and it still is now, even in our practices.
I know it's different teams, different year and everything, but the experience that maybe you and Carly had playing down there in Baton Rouge a couple years ago, does that help you in any way? At least, you know, the lay of the field and all that stuff. I mean, is that helpful for you and Carly, and how can you help the other teammates with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think in Louisiana they take their softball seriously, so it's going to be really fun. The crowd's going to be really rowdy, really loud, and my freshman year with me and Carly, like we almost beat them, and it was a really fun experience. And they were top 10 at the time too. So I mean, yeah, we went in there and competed hard, 3.5-4 years ago, and we're ready to do it again.
When it comes to preparing for a variety of opponents so quickly, do you lean on some of maybe the early season tournaments that you played in when it comes to kind of preparing in a day or a couple days for the first one, but then a day for the next one and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Early in the season, we were playing 5 different people or 4 or 5 different people in one weekend. So I mean, at that point, it just becomes about us. And us just playing at our best, and that's when we're relaxed and having fun and just enjoying each other and enjoying the game and just competing at a really high level. And if we do that, we're really hard to beat. It doesn't really matter who we're playing.
I think you can do both at the same time. I have not stopped smiling since our name was called, and I think we're all just trying to feel really good about it and let it feed into our game. And so I think as long as we can stay focused and be diligent about our practice and about getting our work done, we can stay happy and excited for the weekend.
Carly, I know it was a couple years ago, and David asked this before, but when you all played against LSU, did you kind of feel like you had something special maybe a couple years down the road?
Oh yeah, for sure. We almost beat them that game. I think they won on a walk-off home run or something crazy but we had the lead the whole game, and it just gave us confidence that we could play with them. And now my class, who was there for that, can tell the younger girls we can do this, and we have a much better team than we had at that moment. So it's exciting, and I think we feel confident that we can beat them.
Do you feel like y'all are truly kind of built towards this? Because like you said, you obviously had that tough loss there. You had the postseason last year. You kind of went through all that. Do you kind of feel like this is really kind of the reward for everything y'all have been through?
Yeah, for sure. I think now we're ready for it, and I think before we had some growing to do and a couple more steps to take before we were ready for this moment, and now we're here, and I think we'll take advantage of that.
What do you think prepared you a little bit better for this tournament? Was it going to the postseason last year, maybe some early season tournaments so far?
I definitely think our strength of schedule has prepared us for sure. We've gotten some really good wins, and I think it just boosts our confidence, and there's not any timidness or nervousness about it. We've beat ranked opponents all year, so we're excited to do that.
You guys have talked about it all year long, about worrying about yourself when you go out on the field. Is it a little different for this situation since you're going up against a team that you really don't know much about, Louisiana Tech?
I don't think so. I think if we can continue to just focus on our own game, then it'll take a lot of things away. We did that for sure against Kentucky and just focused on ourselves, and we weren't really caught up on the other team or we didn't know any girls on the other team, and within our conference we know like our friends are playing on the other team, so it can get more emotional than anything. And so I think that's what we did really well against Kentucky. We just figured out like what we needed to do to win, and worried about ourselves, and that's how we won. So I think that will for sure carry into this weekend. We'll be able to just play our game.
And you mentioned the matchup with LSU a couple of years ago, but as far as the atmosphere, how much is it going to help for you and Jessica and Taylor to be able to tell everybody about the surroundings there and not get too caught up on where you're playing as opposed to just playing the game?
Yeah, that's definitely a fun field to play at. And we played in big crowds. We played in some big crowds throughout our conference, and so it's nothing different than that. You just go into someone else's house, and it's fun. I mean, it's fun if you make it fun, and they have a really cool field and a really cool environment that they've built there. So I think as we go there, we should just let it fuel us instead of letting it bother us.
I've talked to Carly about it. She's like, it's one of the best fields that she's ever played at, so I'm excited about being able to be there in big environment, so I'm excited. And I feel like I've played in some big games, and I think that all of us have, and I think going into this weekend, we're excited, nervous, but that's just normal.
Say, do the nerves feel any different than when you go into a game against number 1 Oklahoma or a rivalry game against Texas or anything like that?
I think it's a little different because I think it's more on the line pretty much for our seniors and for our season. So I think the nerves a little bit more, but I think it's not going to affect my game going into LSU, La Tech, or any other team that will play during the postseason.
What do you do to chase the nerves off?
I have to breathe a lot. I'm a breather, and I definitely I pray before we even leave the hotel or whatever, and I've been praying this weekend for our team. So I think talking to my family, talking to God, and talking to my teammates is really being able to calm my nerves.
Well, you guys are going to regional, but how frustrating was not to get the rest of that Big 12 tournament in?
It was a little frustrating. I had a lot of finals, so it was good because I got to come back early and take one of them, but I think it would have been nice to close out and be able to have another game for sure.
You guys have preached all year long about yourself and stuff, but do you know much about the hitters from this Louisiana Tech team and how to approach them?
I played against a few of them, so I know a few of them, but I couldn't tell you anything special about any of them.
It's nice to just be able to focus on softball. I don't know if you're done with all your finals, but at the point where you go to LSU, you won't have to focus on class or anything like that.
I just finished mine 2 hours ago, so I'm really excited to be done for sure. I had some tears yesterday about finals, so being able to just play softball and be able to have all of that stressor off and just being able to focus on the game alone is really nice.
With the conference that you play in, having so many talented teams, does that make it any easier to go into a brand name like LSU and just play your game?
I think for sure. I think that we're ready, and I think we've played teams just as good as LSU, and I think whoever we play, we're going to have to play La Tech first, so we're going to have to focus on that game, and if LSU pulls it out, we'll play them. If we pull out against La Tech, we'll play them. So I think we're just trying to take one game at a time, and whoever we play, we're just going to play our best game.
How much of those early season tournaments help you kind of get into that preparation mode of, okay, this team, then we focus on the next one, then we focus on the next one, back to back to back?
I think for me, it's a lot easier to focus on a big picture rather than an individual team. When we play conference play, it's like every hitter you have to know who they are, whereas when we play 3 different teams that are in our region, it's really nice to be able to throw my game, and whoever we play, whoever's up to bat, I don't have to worry about whoever. Like, there's not a particular person that I'm worrying about, whereas when we play regional play, it's just one team
So
we're
it's
playing.
less focused on throw to this person, throw to this person, throw to this person, this way. It's just hit your game.
There's just not enough time to focus on 36 hitters that are going to be, I don't know how many we're playing against. So I think being able to just focus on one team is a lot easier than focus on they're a number 4 hitter, we're going to throw outside, inside, up, low, it doesn't matter sort of thing.
It's just going to let you breathe and pitch at this point.
It's really, really refreshing and really nice because there's no really expectation for how regional it's going to go.